Hello, everyone, and welcome to the call. My name is Tonette Blum. I'm the Director of Sales for the West Region. This is day four of our Champion League meetings, and they have truly been phenomenal. I mean, so much learning and sharing about the business. This is one of those times where if you want to know how to get to the top in this business, you have to be able to listen to the people that you're hearing. Now, I always get excited when I do the opening because I want to make sure we have the translations done. So there you are. There is the QR code for the translations. Now, remember, there's some notes in there, and we're really happy for you to do that. You can click it in the link, and then when you click, you'll see two different options, whether you want it a verbal, live, or if you want it to be written. And either way, you click that and then you select the language that you want. It's pretty simple, but just make sure that you click because you do not want to miss anything, especially with our next speaker. I mean, she is a mother of three and she has 3 university degrees. PM International is actually her third network marketing company, and she spent about 5.5 years in the first company and became the #1 income earner, and also developed the #1 organization as well. She spent 3 years and 8 months on the second company. Again, she repeated the cycle. She became #1 income earner and #1 earner in her organization. Now, when she left that company, can you believe she was making 38 euros a month, right? But then in May of 2025, she decided to join PM International and became and ranked in the #4, right, with earnings. And then what has happened? In April 2026, after only 11 months in the company, our speaker promoted to Champion League and is now the fastest person, became the Champion League as the fastest person in PM International history. Oh my gosh, that says a lot, right? So please welcome Champion League Katarina Savchenko. Savchenko?
Yes, you did it right. So no mistakes. Tonette, hello, everyone.
Hey there. Thank you so much for taking time to be on this call. We're so happy to hear from you. Make sure everyone get your notes out. Get your notes. Notepads. Okay, go ahead. It's all you.
Okay, guys. It's very nice to talk to you today and to be here. I have to excuse, of course, because English is my not native language. And of course, I will make a lot of mistakes while I'm talking, but I hope the main idea will come straight to you. So, yes, it goes like this, that for the last 11 months, I've made the fastest result in PM International. In the first months, we become #4 with the starting turnover worldwide. On the first months, it was actually last August, we become the fastest platinum president in PM International. And in the full 11 months from the beginning, we have become the fastest Champion League. And I hope that today I will have a chance, the first part, to tell you my story. And in the second part, it will be very nice if you will able to ask me some questions. I know Boris Ekstadt 2 days ago did the same thing. Yes, he had divided this presentation into 2 parts. So in the end of this presentation, I will be happy to answer all of your questions. I hope there won't be a lot of them, and I hope that all of the information I will tell you in the beginning and you won't have any questions. So I'm sure that when people start talking about MLM, they always talk about money. But for me, MLM marketing, it's when we collect the stories. And there is no right time to join any company. And of course, there is no right time to come to PM, because one people will tell you that 33 years on the market, it's too late to come. Some people will say, well, we don't know anything about this company and of our markets. It's too early to come. For example, like people in Kazakhstan say, because as you know, Kazakhstan started their market just in the March 2026. And some people, for example, from Israel will say, oh, I don't know, this company still is not opened even on our market. Let's don't start doing business with this because we don't know how PM will work in Israel. But my story in MLM marketing started around, I think it was 14 years ago. And for you just to understand that I was born in Moscow, and by the time that when my husband invited me to join my our first MLM company, we have a monthly income around $8,000 per month. It was a huge money. It wasn't just big money. It was huge money because the average salary in our country per month were around $300. Can you imagine? We were earning $8,000. And one day, when we already had two children, now I have three. One of them is 18, the second one is 14, and the smallest is 7 years old. And one day, I came home, and my husband said, Katya, you know, a couple of months ago, I installed Instagram on my telephone. And you know, for several months, I was looking for some people, and you know, they're doing this interesting business. It's called multi-level marketing. And I found some people that are earning $15,000 per month in our country in MLM marketing. Just imagine, just like if we compare $15,000 14 years ago, it was around, it was similar as today, I will say $150,000 per month. It's about like this. So when the average salary for every person was around $300, we were earning $8,000, and there were some people that were earning $15,000 in MLM marketing. I said, what is this MLM marketing? What's the business like this? And my husband said, that's very easy. You know, they put some stuff, the nice, sexy pictures in the Instagram. You have to be sexy. You have to have a good figure, tan. You have to smile, and you have to put your products always around yourself. Well, at that time, my weight was around 95 kilograms. I wasn't very skinny and very nice, you know. And my husband was a very sexy guy. He's in sports. He's a professional in boxing. And I put his picture with the product. It was the first picture in my Instagram, you know. I put my husband not in the underwear, in the swimming trousers around above the sea, and some product near him. And I started MLM business like this. That's the funniest story in my life, you know. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what to do with a part-time job. For me, MLM has never been a part-time job. So when we decided to go into multi-level marketing, I quit my job. My husband closed his business. And, you know, Guido Buch, he always said, he likes to say this expression as from zero to hero. So we have never had experience in MLM marketing. We had 2 children. We had a rental apartment. We had no money on the back, yes. And we ran into MLM market as many of you do today. So I'm sure that for most of you and for those who will see this like presentation maybe after in the recording, everyone in the MLM marketing starts from zero. I don't know anyone in this industry who come here with the teams and starts earning like millions of dollars from the beginning. But the funny thing is that we spend around like 4 and 5 months in our first company, and we earned nothing at all. We spent all of our money. We put our cars on sale, so we didn't even have money to eat and to feed our children. And I remember when I called my grandma and said, Granny, please, can you please borrow me $500? There is a new startup in our local market, a new company starting, and I cannot go back to my job because my first MLM experience ruined. My grandma said, oh my gosh, I never thought that my granny will fall down so deep. Because what are you thinking about? You have 2 children, and nowadays doing MLM marketing, you're having no future, really. It was a very sad thing, but she borrowed me $500. And the first aim in my life was to give her money back, you know. And the funny thing is, when someone fold their hands, when some people say, no, it's not for me, this product is not for me, this company is not for me, blah, blah, blah. Some people said when they receive 2 or 3 no's, they said that this business doesn't suit them. But for that moment, I saw only one site. I didn't know that there was this DNS, Direct Sales Association, DSA site. And there was a site called Business for Home. And, you know, I spent a couple of weeks learning this site, and I saw a lot of people and a lot of names there, and people who were earning $100,000 per month, 200, 300, 500 million, 2 million, 3 million. And I was said, oh my gosh, if there are people in the industry who are earning money, I have to understand what are they doing. And when I started to analyze what is nowadays is happening in the industry and in worldwide media, I understood that all of the people that are getting success in network marketing, they're just doing their social medias. And I created my Instagram account. And in my second company, I started to write everyone directly. And there was one girl, it's a true story. She was 18 years old. She was she looked like, I don't know, Angelina Jolie, really, or Cindy Crawford. If you're older a bit, if you're up after 40, you know who was Cindy Crawford. She looked like Cindy Crawford. And, you know, I remember how I wrote her, you're so pretty. You have such a beautiful breast. I will be so happy to invite you to my team because I want to have sexual girls in my team. Please join me. I beg you. I want to see you in my team. And you know, this girl came and she became the fastest growing contract in my first company. I was writing people like crazy, really. I don't know, 50, 100, 200, 500 communications per day. I was just writing people in Instagram directly, inviting them to join my team. I had 0 subscribers at my Instagram. Nowadays, I have around 200,000 But at that moment, as Guida said, from zero to hero, I was starting from zero. And so in the third month, can you even imagine that? We have become contract number 2 in our first company in 3 months, only because of the social media, only because I understood that people want to see some sexy schmexy pictures in the, because that days Instagram was the social media with the pictures. Nowadays it is the videos. But that time it was only the pictures. You could not record any videos. It was only pictures. So the content were people were choosing you of the content that you were putting in this social media. We worked in the company for 5.5 years, and we couldn't get in a normal contact with our sponsors. I remember that day when the president of our first company, when I wrote him a letter and said, I'm going to quit. Nowadays I'm starting to look for another company. Please, just let me go. Don't say anything. Just let me go, because I don't want to work with my sponsors anymore. By that moment, I understood that there are some more and deep, I don't know, things or relations in the network marketing. It's not just the stories of the people. It's not just the products. It's not just the money. And there are some things that you will never able to close your eyes for. And the connection with your sponsor, I think it's like the connection like a child with the mother in a real life. Yes, because the sponsor is the person who give you the link. One of his one of his responsibilities, yes, is to give you the link, a referral link to join the company. And the second one is to help you on not to ruin your business. Yes. And I remember the day when the president of our first company came to our last meeting. He was crying and he said, please don't leave the company, because it was 5.5 years. And you know, when you first time become a big leader, when you help the company to grow from zero to hero, yes, it is very painful. Because it's the connection with the people, it's the connection with the team. And for that moment, we had around 50,000 people in our network. And the highest income that we earned were about $26,000 per month, the highest one. Average was around 15, 18,000. Well, it was a hard decision, but sometimes people have to choose themselves, not the money, not the stage, not the recognition, but you have to choose. One day you have to understand why are you doing and what for you're doing this business. And I understood that I'm doing this business for me only, and only for my family, not for the presidents and not for the money. And I understood if I could reach the highest rank, I will always be able to repeat that, because MLM is what? It's just a discipline that you do every day. And we will talk about this discipline at the end of my presentation. After 5.5 years, we went to our second MLM company. It was also the local MLM company. It wasn't worldwide. But the funny thing is that any company in the world wants to become as great as PM. You know, everyone decide, and it's the biggest aim of every MLM company is to become as great as PM, of course. And we spend 3 years and 8 months in the company. We build a network of 80,000 people. And the main idea is that but that moment, I really understood what is social media and how easy it to create the traffic. And I enrolled personally, just, I don't know, for many of you, it maybe will be shock, but I hope it will be a good example that everyone can repeat it, definitely. In 3 years and 8 months, I personally enrolled in my first line, and I activated 3,500 people in my first line. But after 3 years and 8 months, I made a little calculation, because MLM, it's about numbers and it's about incomes, of course, also. And I understood that among these 3,500 people, only 74 were still buying the products after approximately 4 years of me doing business. And that was a very sad situation, because for me, as I thought, like 10 years ago when I came to the MLM, I thought that the main idea of MLM market and MLM business is the secondary purchases. If they are in the company, it means that the business will grow. But if you always, when you always have to recruit people non-stop, and I was recruiting every day, and still here in PM for 16 months, I'm recruiting. And if you see the ratings for the previous Rising Stars, I was on the 3rd among the Eastern Europe and USA. I was number 3, I thought, in the recruiting, right? Like, I think, yes. So I'm still recruiting, but there were no second purchases in my previous company. And the main thing is that the first day of this Champion League challenge, you had a meeting with my direct sponsor, with Varlam Grigoryan. And the funny thing is, when he started doing business with PM, after a year and a half, when I was starting business with my previous company. So he was recruiting me approximately around 3 years. And for 3 years, I was saying him, thank you, Varlam, thank you very much. It's very nice company, thank you very much. Please don't write me again. It's not interesting for me. You know, I'm a top 1, top 2 in my company. I will never change it because, you know, I'm a patriot of my business. There is 80,000 people after me. I have enrolled 3,500. I couldn't tell him that there are only 74 of them still buying the product, but I was, you know, wearing this very big fancy crown. And, you know, nowadays, world is changing very fast. And to tell you the truth, maybe you don't know this information, but nowadays, officially, there are around 22,000 MLM companies that are trying, I don't know, to take the place in this world. And there are some leaders in my country that made some research and said that for the latest information worldwide nowadays, there are 140 миллионов, 140 million people worldwide that are now building network marketing, MLM marketing. And for these people, MLM is the only way to receive the money. So it's not their part-time job. 140,000 million people, yeah, all over the world has chosen MLM as their own income in their life, nothing else, just MLM marketing. But you know, all of this economical situation, political situation, you know, this situation is Dubai just really kicked me out, because you know, it was the safest for me. It was the safest place on earth. But you know what is happening nowadays there, and I understood that when you choose MLM as the own strategy for your family to receive the money, you really need to find out a real company that can work on the market that you live in. And I know that today here we have 140 people from all different countries, from all over the world, and you can write now in the chat where you're from. And you have to understand one thing. When I was thinking about PM, I was thinking the first thing that I was figuring out for me, that PM has never left any market that he opened once. None of them. And PM is the only growing company all over the world, because we know the giants of the industry. It's Amway and Herbalife, and I will tell you some secret information. Maybe you don't know about it, but in a couple of minutes. So imagine the thing that I was doing my business in my previous company for 1 year and 1.5 years, and my sponsor, nowadays sponsor Valam, the fastest platinum champion league, just started doing business in PM. And the first thing that he showed me, the only thing that he sent to me, no presentation, not the worst, he said, I am starting working with this company. And he sent me the schedule of how PM is growing. And it was 2022, and the turnover was what, like 2.35 billion. I was like, what that? It's like the schedule of Bitcoin growing or whatever. I didn't understand what he even sent to me. And he was very, very, you know, he's very polite. He's always on time, you know, when he feels, I think he feels people on the top of his fingers. And I don't know why, because my business was growing and growing and growing fast, you know, for the last 6 months before I became, before I come to PM, my average income in January was 15,000 euros. In February, it was 20,000. In March, it was like 26,000. In April, it was like 38,000. So my income was growing in my company. But I understood really that I see no future, because that time we moved to Europe, and I understand that if I want to work worldwide, I need a company that is worldwide open. So I will have one link, and everyone from all over the world can join my team. And with the company that I worked with, we didn't have that opportunity. So I would stuck in this local market forever, and I would never like build an international worldwide business. But I think that I'm a person who can do worldwide business. So in September 2024, I turned to my sponsor somewhere in social media, and I said, okay, let's come back to the communication about PM, because I told him directly, I'm going to leave my company. And I told the president that, well, 3 years and 8 months, it's a long way we've been together, but you know, I think I'm ready for something new. but I didn't tell it to none of the person in my team. None of them knew that I'm going to leave. And for that moment, for 9 months, I had a communication with the most popular companies on the market that is in my country. And I was meeting the people who were earning, not like as they said in their social medias, they said my income is 30,000 euros per month, 50,000, 70,000. Okay, because I have never earned such money in the industry. The highest amount of the money that I received first time in my life was in April 2025. It was 38,000 euros. So we made around, I don't know, 20 meetings with the top leaders, with the owners of the business, with everyone. And after each this meeting, there were only 3 questions that I asked the leaders. I said, okay, you told me everything about the company. You told me everything about the marketing plan, about your like strategy and blah, 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 and all these things. Can you please open your back office and show me what is the amount of the people that are registered in your back office? What is the percent of the secondary purchases? And what is your real check for the previous months? And can you imagine, it was a shock for me because none of the leaders opened their back office. They said, it's not polite, we never do that. Don't, well, my results is maybe you will make bigger result because you're a great leader and all these things and blah, 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 blah. And you know, from September to January, I really lost the belief that people in the MLM marketing really earn money because none of them were able to show this money to me. They show this money only on the pictures. They show this money only in their words, but none of these people could able to open their back office and to show me this money or open their, I don't know, bank account and show this how they receive this money. Because, well, why don't you, why can't you show it if you pay the taxes? Because MLM is real marketing. It's real business. You know, we pay taxes all over the world for our incomes. None of them showed. And for that time, I really, I forgot about PM. I forgot about Varlam. It was January. I was in a very sad position. We understood with my husband there is no place to go because no one can show the real business inside from the back office because I never believed with the business from blah, blah, blah. And in January, I don't know how, Varlam sent me something in Instagram, and I remembered about PM. But that moment I was in Bulgaria, and he said, you know what, we have this kickoff. Now I know that every January it's a kickoff because it's my, this year it will be my 3rd kickoff in PM. He said, will be a kickoff, please come there. You see the atmosphere, the people and all this, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, Varlam, I will go to this kickoff, but only if you do one thing. You will now show me your back office. You will show me the turnovers. You will show me the clients, the purchases, and what is your income. He said, Katya, this is my login and the password. You can see whatever you want. I made my eyes like this and I said, you're going to give me the password from your back office? He said, yes, of course, I have nothing to hide from you. Well, because I want to invite you to my business. I want to show you what is happening in my back office. And you know what? It was, I think, the biggest, for me, it was the best thing ever, I thought, in the MLM marketing. And when I opened, do you remember this bad, ugly, sorry if there's someone from administration of PM International, but when I came in May, you know, there was Excel file When I go pm.com, open my back office, there was Excel file. And I couldn't understand what's happening in this back office. And he said me this, and he gave me the access to this Excel file. This was so funny. Well, and you know what I saw for that moment? Well, he was in the business for 3 years, and his business was growing for 3 years. I saw how he grew. From the first month, he earned what, $1,500. The second month, he earned $1,700, and he was growing every month, year, 3 months, 2-3 months, like what, quarter to quarter, he was growing. And you know, I've never seen that in the MLM industry, because I know that there is a special, I don't know, there is a complete volume for every country, for every city, because in my 2 previous companies, the largest turnover that I could do, it was $2.5 million per month. And I know that more than that, it's impossible to do in our markets. Yes, it was what is stuck in my head. And I saw the business that were growing from day to day to month to month. I asked my husband, Mikhail, do we want to have the business that is growing the same way? He said, yes. I said, okay. The next thing was, I was trying, nowadays, there is a joke, you know, PM nowadays, it's the only one speaking over company worldwide, and everyone is trying to find out the marketing plan. And in every post and on my presentation, I always said the financial plan of PM, we cannot, why we don't, like everyone asks, why you don't talk about the marketing plan of PM? I said, we don't talk about it because we still don't understand how it works. So no one of the leaders really understand what these percentages and what they receive the money for. And the second question was, like, I had some, how you say it, like I'm for my family, I usually spend per month not less than $10,000 per month. So I wanted to understand what I have to do in PM to start to earn $10,000 euros per month. And he told me, well, you have to have approximately team around, I don't know, like 700 to 1,200 people in your organization. I said, no, it doesn't work like this, because in my previous company, I had a team of 80,000 registrations. And I have a several average income of 15,000 euros per month. He said, no, in PM it's different. I said, okay. And you know, I opened his big office from the very beginning, and I started to calculate how many people he had registered in the company when he first earned his first $6,000. And it was his 6th month. On the 6 months, my sponsor had 600 registrations in his team, and he earned something approximately $6,000. I said, okay. And there were only 24, as I remember, people in his first line. So he personally enrolled only 24 people. Then I checked Boris Ekstad. He was a couple of days before here doing the same presentation. And what I saw, that it was completely the same. On the 7th month, as I remember for now, he had around 700 registration, and his income was around $8,000. And I started to think it more deeply. But what I thought, Varlam and Boris, they have experience in MLM marketing. Of course, they're like, they used to build a big like groups of people in their previous companies. Is there anyone without the experience in MLM marketing who can earn a big money here in PM? And we found in April, what was the final decision? Of course, we've been to Speyer, we met with the Guido, we meet with Jangir, we met with Mr. Baher. He was my recruiter, direct recruiter to PM. And for that moment, we said no, that like everything is fine, the nice company, like nice buildings, nice, everything is very nice, but you know, our income is growing. So nowadays we were that at the moment that when we were inspired, our income was around 25,000 euros. And in April, everything changed just in just one day. In Varlam's team, there is a girl. Her name is Maria. In April 2025, Maria was in business for 9 months. Total amount of the people in her team were 485 in 9 months. Not in the first line, in all her team. PM is her first MLM company. She'd never doing MLM before. PM is the first company. And her income in April was 12,000 euros with a total team of 485 registrations. By that moment, I had 200,000 subscribers just in my Instagram account. I looked at my husband and I said, Mikhail, can we invite, or when we invite, or when we'll be able to invite 500 people to our team to earn 12,000 euros per month? He said, I think, my husband told me, I think you can do this in one day. Because we have a social media and we were running it for 14 years. So it was the decision of one day decision. I wrote a letter to the company, my previous company, said, thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. See you, thank you for the great experience. I'm going to another company. And really for the industry, it was a great shock because I've never planned before, yes, to leave the company. Only the president knew. And it took me 9.5 months to make this decision. And only one girl that came to PM 9 months before me, like, if she didn't come and if she didn't do this result, I would never come to PM. And I understood the main idea, and I hope you will understand it now, that this is the average that I have now in my team. This is the average numbers that I sell to every team partners that come to me. That when you have a team around 500 registration, you will be able to earn, I don't guarantee, because maybe you will have one leg and all 500 will be in one leg. I said, when you have just this team, it's like normal one, and it's around 500 registration, you can earn something starting from $5,000. So the first month, we personally enrolled 90 people in our first line. And I tell you one thing, that it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy because of this political situation, because we were working not with a local company, because we started to work with the international company, with the German company, with the company from the Luxembourg. I won't tell you this negative things that we were going through, of course, but fortunately, like, yes, among my subscribers and among all of the people that are now in my team, they are mostly smart people, yes, and They are not about the politics. Yes, they are for people. And PM is the company that is building the business for people who has brains. Is the main idea. So the first month, we personally enrolled 90 people, and average total team that we enrolled in the first month was 485 registration. And when I received my first check of 16,200 euros, I understand that that's the best place where anyone can stay forever, really. Guys, you have to understand that the worst thing in MLM among the big leaders is when what big leaders usually do in social media. They write, oh, I have a team of 50,000 people, 100,000 people, 2,000, 200 million people, network marketing. I'm so experienced, blah, 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 blah. And when the guy who has no experience come to these pages and see this huge amount of the people, they understand that network marketing is not for them. And when I wrote in my social media that it needed just 485 registrations to earn $16,200 in the first month, a lot of people, normal people, simple people that had never believed in themselves that they could do any results in MLM marketing, they understood that 500 people, this is the achievable amount of the people that they can invite. And you can just put a target for yourself, 500 registrations. You can do them 1 month, 3 months, half a year, 1 year. Okay, you can do that for 3 years. But nowadays, I'm calculating. Well, nowadays I didn't calculate. The last calculation I made in April, when we achieved the Champion League's rank. In 1 year, I personally enrolled 257 people in my first line. Not 3,500, just 257. And in 11 months, there were 127 from them that had a purchase or were doing something. So there were more than 50% of the people that I invited in process. They were still buying the products, or they were trying to make this business with me. Yes. So the average amount of the purchase in my team, I had this calculation, I put it on my channel. So in April 2026, I had 6,500 people in my team, and there were 3,500 people with the purchases. So it is the first time in my life. I'm doing this business for 14 years. I'm doing business as best as I can do, better than many people in the world can do that. But the average secondary purchase in my previous companies were around 3 to 5% per month. Guys, can you imagine 3 to 5%? And here in PM, since 11 months, since 16 months, I have 50% of the second purchases, because the people worldwide are very tired to buy, is it correct to say bullshit products? Sorry for my English, but you know, people are tired of the products that don't work. And nowadays we're working with the product that's really great. And you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a nutritionist, you don't have to have a degrees in medicine or whatever. So Fitline products is for everyone. It's suitable for everyone. Children can take it, elderly people can take it, cosmonauts pregnant, everyone worldwide. Muslim can take it, Christians can take it, Indian people can take it. And I remember there is a big team nowadays in India is starting their business there. Well, so I'm going to the end. Yes. Before I started this Zoom, today is my 16 months in the business, and I had 1,302,000 points in my back office. And up to this moment, I have already 7 president's teams. This month, I will have, I think, to my calculation, around 10 president teams, and one of them is going to be a gold president. So, well, to tell you the truth, in my first company, within 5 years, there were only 2 people in my network marketing that were earning more than $10,000 per month. In my second company that I spent 4 years, 3 years and 8 months, there were only 2 people in my network marketing that start earning $10,000 per month. Here in PM, on the 6 months of my business, I had already 5 people in my team on the 6th month that were earning more than $10,000 in my team with me. And nowadays there will be 10 of them, and I know that next December there will be 15 of them, and I know that definitely that PM is the company that will never stop. And this my story, I don't know, maybe today I was thinking that maybe when this USA market will start growing, they will say, well, I remember this Russian girl, she was in this Zoom meeting and she was inspiring me with this 500 people. And when I heard her names, I become a champion league. So guys, well, what I want to tell you is that as a person who knows how to get the greatest result in the industry, I really know how to choose the best company worldwide. And one of the things for me that is very important, that I don't know whether you know or not, but we are planning to become a company number 2 in Direct Sales Association by the end of the year 2026. Yes, you know, there is one company that is number 2, but I hope nowadays they're going to be number 3. And I'm doing best what I can do to make that happen. So because I'm the part of PM company, I'm the part of PM family, and I'm trying nowadays, doing my best, that in 3-4 years, PM will become the company number 1 worldwide on every market. And I know that I will do all my best, and my team will do all my best, because nowadays when we are on number 5 position, I don't need to explain to everyone that I work with a good company or my product is good, because there are 22,000 companies that will never, ever become 200 position, 2,000 position, I don't know, whatever, like 10,000 position. But I saw a slide somewhere in Europe, I think Guido was showing me, that PM has a potential of, in 20 years, of making a turnover of $49 billion worldwide. And when I saw these numbers, the only question I asked myself, I said, Katya, how big will be the piece of this 49 billion pie that will be under you and your worldwide network? So if you're greedy, okay, forget about what I told you about relationship, friendship. No, guys, if you're greedy and if you are for the money, I think PM is the right company to start your business now, today. Tonette, I'm giving you back the microphone.
So much. Thank you so much. I know we're almost out of time, but one of the questions that I've been receiving, because people have been sending me messages, is the how. What is it that you say to people to get them to say yes to PM International? I mean, sponsoring 500 people is a great deal, and being a part of the leaders of excellence and all of that, and doing it consistently as a leader, that's one thing that we often teach and train on. But what is it that you say to be able to get the people to say yes?
Well, my team knows this thing, but for me, I like to play in the casino. But when I go to casino, I only take $100. If I lose it, I go. If I win 100 more, okay, I also go. I never play like all in. But here, the stupidest thing that person could tell me in the conversation is no. When they tell me no, Katya, this is not interesting for me, I said, oh my God, you really said that to me? So there is, I don't know, it's better to block me, really, to delete the conversation and put me into the block, because I will recruit this person anyway. It's like a sport for me. So it's like there is an explanation. Someone of the smart people said that you will never work if this work will be your hobby. Mm-hmm. So for me, recruiting is the part of my life, and every day, even being a champion league, even receiving thousands dollars and euros per month, really I have very, 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 very big check is when I asked Mr. Hiberlein. I said, Mr. Hiberlein, how much money do you earn? He said, such much that president told me not to tell anyone. that's the same thing about me. So I recruit people every day, and even being a champion league, I make not less than 30 communications every day, because it's just my hobby, because I like it. I enjoy this process, and being in the top of the leaders of excellence, it's always sample for my team. They understand that I'm not the leader, the greedy leader that is just sitting on his money and said, oh, finally I become to the good company. Now I can do nothing because the money is coming for me. I know that I can do nothing nowadays, but I want Mr. Zork to see who is on the first. Okay, Katya is there. I want my sponsor to see who is on the first. Okay, Katya is there. I want Denzel to see who is on the first. Denzel, where is your American team? I need someone there on the top how say it?
Yes.
I forgot this word.
You want them on the top as well, right? Competition.
Competition, yes. Because this rising of excellence, that's a very interesting of the competition. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, I definitely understand exactly what you're saying in regards to it. We're going to do 2 questions, and then if anyone has any questions in the chat, just put it in the chat, and then we will see whether or not we can answer some of those. But one of the things you said in your presentation today was about events, and you went to an event and you saw the big picture of what is happening in your business. How does events and attending things, how does it help with
like
you?
Events in PM, it's absolutely different. Well, in Eastern Europe countries, events is always a motivations. And the old face invites someone like, I don't know, Tony Robbins or whatever, right. Some greatest speaker who has no information about network marketing, but he's so blah, blah, blah. You wake up, the sun is rising, the moon is going there, and you breathe, and you can receive everything you want. Guys, in the business, you can receive everything you want when you work. That's the sad thing to say. Yes, the people in the internet, in the network market, don't fall from the stars. You know, you cannot open your balcony in the morning and there are like 100 people from over the world, from China, I don't know, from India. I want to have a team from India, but no one will follow me on my balcony, you know, in the evening. Yeah. So the biggest, like Guido said, Guido is one of my best friends, really, in this in PM. Yes. And he said one thing. Mine you too. Know, we are looking what other companies are doing in this industry, and we're looking and finding all of their mistakes that they are doing. And PM never does the same mistakes as other companies doing in the network marketing. And when I first time came to PM event, maybe it was a little bit boring for me because I'm not used, because I always about it was about the future, it's about the dream, about it you will somewhere, somehow, we don't know how, but maybe with your help and the help of the Jesus Christ, we will get somewhere on the top, maybe in 215 years, like believe us, it will happen maybe, but we're not sure about that. That's how the business is, like MLM business is making worldwide. And here, when you come to PM events, you see the strategy, you see the numbers, you see the results, you say, we did this last year or like last month, now this month we do this. This is where we go, this is where we travel, these people that received qualification, this is blah, blah, blah. It's always the facts. So yes. For me, PM, this meetings of PM, it's to see and to prove the fact that I am still working in the most fast growing company in the world that doesn't say blah, 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 that proves his result from every meeting to the second meeting. And on the other meeting, the result will be greater than it was on the previous.
Yes, yes. So true. So true. Okay. I know some of you may have to drop off, but I do want to get to a couple of these questions that were in the chat. And then we will go from there. This has been phenomenal. I think you've shared how important being able to grow your business. It doesn't grow alone. You have to be able to play an active role. So I know that you sponsor through social media a lot. Do you use social media, or do you do more up close and personal, or both, a combination of things? But how often do you post? And what
yes,
what kinds of things do you use?
Mm-hmm. Yes, 90% of my recruiting is social media.
Okay.
And I write directly to people that I don't have my personal link in the social media. So it is impossible to become a part of my team and become my first line. So I'm on the position where I choose the people whom I write. I choose myself people whom I want to see in my first line. Yes. So it's sport. So I write directly in Telegram and in Instagram. But of course, I'm doing this reels, some posts. I use hashtags. Don't believe to anyone that said that hashtags don't work. They do really work 100%. Still, after so many years, when they tell you that they don't work, I use them and they work. And of course, I make some creative content that brings attention to my personality. And really, the personality that I'm in social media, it's completely different from those that I am really with my team. But 99% like it's social media. But of course, when I go, as you know, here in the beach, nowadays I'm in Greece on Corfu with my family. And for example, yesterday I saw a lady that was very fat, and she was like, I don't know. I said, "Do you know Fitline?" I'm sorry to asking you this question. I said, "Do you know Fitline?" And of course, she said yes. She doesn't know it. Because if I said, "Do you know Herbalife or Amway?" She would say, "Oh, yes, of course, don't come to me anymore." But I said, "Do you know Fitline?" She said, "No, I don't Fitline." I said, "Can we just, can you sign up to me in my Instagram? Maybe I will be helpful for you and I will send you some information."
Ah, sweet. So you make it quick.
2-3% offline, the rest of it is online. Yeah.
Okay, great. Lena Kirsten, she was asking, what are the first 5 steps doing in your system? The first in terms of team partners and them learning. What is the main thing that you do in terms of working with your team?
Well, really, the funny thing is that how you call this machine where you put the meat in and you do like this and it comes cutlet. What is the machine? Combined.
Yeah, it's like a mixer.
Mixer, yeah, meat mixer. Well, for me, the business is this mixer. And I know that only, I don't know, 3% of the people that you enroll will make business. The rest of them are the clients. 95% of the people that you will invite will be always your clients. So for me, the main thing to do is to make the people to purchase the product, to bring the person to the product academy. So he will hear and understand that he's using probably the best product in the world, for my opinion. It's not polite to say that PM is selling the best product in worldwide. For my opinion, I want him to be sure that he's eating the safest and the tasted product nowadays that is in the market. And then I can invite this person to the business meeting, to some webinars online, and say, "Look, listen, do you like this product?" He will say, "Yes." "Are you going to buy this product next month?" He will say, "Yes." If he says yes, that's when I will tell him, you know, the funny thing is that if you said yes, you understand that there probably will be 5 to 10 people in your network that will always try they will be able to try to spend the money. Guys, you have to understand one thing, that if you live in the States, if you live in Europe, if you live in Asia Pacific, the products on your market, it's very cheap. It's very, 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 very cheap. You have to understand that in Eastern Europe, in Israel, it's it costs around 2 times higher than it is in the United States of America. And people on our markets ready to buy this product because it's really great. And then I said, listen, I invited you, you bought the product, I earned 10 euros from you. When you invite 5 or when you invite 10, you can use this product for free. If you teach these people to invite 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, and when you go to the 4th line and there will be also for 5, you will be able to have this amount of 500 registration, and your income will be not less than $4,000 or $5,000 per month. And then if the person is smart, okay, the business is for elder people. The business and money is not for children. We have to understand it. Children don't play games with big money, and PM is around, it's about the big money. So if the person is smart and he's in need of the money, he understands, if I bought this product and I'm ready to buy it for the 2nd time, so maybe, and if I, on the 3rd month, he's thinking, okay, I'm ready to spend the money for the 3rd time. And I'm spending the money for this product for 2 years already. Yes, even before coming to PM, I was starting using this product. I'm using it for 2 years. Said, okay, so if I can do that, like Mr. Zorch said, you can do that.
That's it. That's it for sure. Well, thank you so much for your testimony and sharing and your motivation. I mean, you are so on fire, and we're so fortunate that you took time in your evening, because it's nighttime there. And I noticed that there probably are a lot of your leaders that are on the call as well, celebrating you. Look at all of the hearts. You see, they just keep coming through because of all of what you shared. So thank you so much for being on this call today. And tomorrow, Friday, will be our last of this week's series on becoming a champion league. The thing we want to encourage you to do is to get out there. That's what, Katarina, you were saying. Like you can't sit at home and not do anything. You have to be able to do something. And so tomorrow, our next speaker is just recently promoted to Champion League this World Management Congress in June. He was featured on that. And he is going to talk and share, how did he do it? How did he do it? So the time change is a little different. It will be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All of you, of course, are welcome to come and join. The translations are there, so hopefully the translations worked for you all. If not, let us know on how things went with that. But thank you again, Katarina. Thank you so much. We will look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everyone, and have a great end of the month. You are not done yet. You have till next week to get it done. Go sponsor new people today. Go sponsor new people. Sponsor your 5. Katarina, how many should they sponsor in one day? What's your largest amount that you sponsored in one day?
I don't remember, but at least if you sponsor 5 per month, it will be a normal speed to become a president in 1 year, definitely.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, thank you all so much. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.